All right guys, finally, we've been graced with blue skies, sun, and no trucks beeping and banging in our backyard. This here is the outside tour of our 2025 21.6 Tough built by Vibe Caravans. All right, if you haven't already, go back to our other videos, have a look. We've already done a part one of this, of the full interior walkthrough, of everything that we've changed, all the add-ons, every bit and like all the nitty gritty of the whole caravan. So go back, have a look at that after you've watched this video, of course. Now, let's go through the outside. Beautiful ironbark color. It's so good in the sun. It just has like a beautiful gold flake through it. Bit of a bronzy brown, goes so well with the black. And then the palm image that we optioned in. We're actually going to do like a real thin gold pinstripe on these two black lines just to really finish it off. But we also optioned on this. This is called the X plate. So normally it comes with a checker plate style, both on the toolbox and on the front. We optioned for the X plate. It's, you gotta pay a couple $100 extra for it, but man, it just looks so much better. Standard, they come with a checker plate toolbox. Again, went with the flat black, but that layout, as you see it, is the factory style that you get with a Tough built. Again, factory diesel heater in these vans. That's the factory layout that you get. It's got a gauge on top, 2 gas bottles. They're all standard. They are empty when you pick it up from the from Vibe, but you do get 2 gas bottles on there. These have just a nice little toolbox on the top, just for all your little nitty gritty things. Again, standard pull out for a generator. Even with the Marlows, you wouldn't even need a generator on these things. They've just got such wicked battery setups. If you want to see the battery setup on this, go back and again, look at the first video. I run through the whole lot, but it's 1500 amps, 1500 watts, 900 amps, 5000 watt inverter. Just go have a look, it's wicked. You can option it with the blackjack. We added this on after, we already had it. It does come standard with the jockey wheel. If you add the blackjack in at time of purchase, it's actually mounted here. I like that I've got both options, because if this does fail or break, I can still put my standard jockey wheel on and get me out the pooper. DO45, obviously, because we've got the big 4.5 ton upgrade on it. Yes, I have flipped it for now. That is coming back over because my new vehicle arrives in December. Moving around. As we have east-west king bed in this thing, we're given 2 big massive tunnel boots that go straight through from side to side. Made solid aluminium, nice big sturdy seals on it all the way around, and the big proper latches that me and my wife love. We hate those latches that you got to twist and they move around, they just feel flimsy. So we're stoked about that. You can change your layouts, they can do whatever you want in this section here. It's got lights up in here, all your mounts, these are all standard for your awnings and your legs and stuff like that. Talking about the legs, these are the arc legs, and I'm pretty sure they're rated to 1600 or 1650 kilos, somewhere around that facility, but they are jackable. You can take the weight of the van with these. So like, but not that you're gonna need to, because literally all we do is just air the bags out, level it all, and just make these touch the ground. That's the only job they do for us, but it's good to have them there. They're sturdy in design. The way they work is just a lot better than all the other ones that we've had in other vans. Moving on, as I said, tunnel boot. The breakaway, in most vans, your breakaway just sort of sits in a tunnel boot. This one's all locked away. Vibe lock it away so it can't get knocked, can't get hit, can't get damaged in any way, shape or form. So it's a real good thought there. Instant hot water. That's the only gas appliance that we got on this van. Your power ins and your breakers there. Now down here, this is our Starlink Mini. This here is only from eBay. It's about a $30 option, $30 purchase. That's your standard 10-meter cable. But I bought this box, I'll link it below. It's from Camping Power Solutions, and it's basically just a little 30 volt inverter. So it goes from 12 to 30 volt. So this way you can use the factory cable still. And if you come down here, Tash.
What the hell's this thing doing, Tom?
Sorry, small technical difficulty there. So yeah, Starlink Mini. On the side of the van here, this is a standard inclusion, is the unregulated solar input. It's just a standard Anderson plug. It's unregulated because whatever panel you put in here might be smaller value than what's on the roof. So all your roof panels will get drawn down. Tilly, come here. All your roof panels will get drawn down to whatever the solar panel you got plugged into it is. So if it's got its own regulator, it's its own power system, and it doesn't affect anything on the roof, which now makes that just a 12 volt direct to the battery. So this here is from Camping Power Solutions. It was about 190 bucks, and I sit him up there. We don't travel with it, only when we're up at camp. And we just plug him in to the side, and then your standard cable goes into there. That's your standard Starlink Mini cable. Plug him in, turn it on. Starlink set up. No need to drill holes, no need to run power anywhere. When you're done, turn it off, unplug it, put it away, and that's it. You're done. As simple as that. This is just a little hard case I got off of eBay for about 30 bucks. This just sits in the underneath the bed in a drawer. Again, standard inclusions, all your batteries just sit under here. Hot water system. Vent line, you'll probably know how a vent line works. Voila. If for some reason you haven't got a vent line on your Vibe or you want to add one in, ask them. They'll have the schematics or the drawings of your van. They'll be able to tell you exactly from a point, probably here, how far up, and from the ends of where you can drill to make sure you won't hit anything. Standard inclusion again, just your outdoor shower, hot water system, so it's hot and cold on there. They give you the hose with it. Another vent line. This is probably one of the things that really drew Tash and I to the Vibe, was the outdoor driver's side laundry with the chute that you've seen in the first video. Aussie Traveller front load washer. I think it's 3.5, 4 kilos, and uses, I think on a small cycle, 6 to 8 litres, somewhere around there. We haven't measured it, it does say it in the book, but it's bugger all, and you can fit a heap in there. And you can run it while driving down the highway. Ask us how. Again, just a tunnel boot storage, it goes right through. Hardly even filled it, this thing. That's your hose. That's supplied with the Vibe Caravan. That just plugs into your outdoor shower outlet. Turn it on, turn it off. Like, it's as simple as, it's not like the old crappy ones where you need to go get the key, fold it down, big old compass and handles and everything. Like, it's just literally plug it in and go for gold. If I was to do this van again, I'd probably see if I can get that put onto the passenger side, probably by the door or drawbar, so that before you step on the mat, you can use it to just wash your feet off. Again, we've asked for the gold lettering. When you come to do your van, you can ask for whatever you want. You get to change this to whatever you want. This here was like a 3 or 4 week exercise for my wife and I to choose which one we wanted of these. The gold, no brainer, just looked good. Coming around to the back, this bar is the standard bar that you'll get with like a twin rear bunk setup. So you can add fireboxes, you can move the tyre around, you can do whatever you want. There's a jerry can holder on the other side, you'll see in a minute. But we have added this on. This is just a 20 metre retractable hose reel. It's drinking hose, so it's drinking water safe. So when we want to fill up our tanks, normally you just got like inlets down the bottom. That's what comes standard. You just go plug your hose in that you got to get out of your storage, plug it into the tap, plug it into there, and then just keep doing each tank. With this setup I've got, this runs down, I'll show you in a minute, but I can just go run this to my power source, my water source, whether it be the tap at the server or home or caravan park, wherever you are, as well as I have a little 12 volt pump that's run off of a Ryobi battery, so I can run that down to the river or creek, plug that in, and that line there is fed into this T-piece here. So that just feeds whatever tank I want to fill. So these are my 2 standard tanks, and then that's my fresh water only tank. I will be changing this. This is just a trial run to make sure I'm happy. I'm going to change it to all these John Guest fittings and the proper line. But that's, yeah, normally you'll have to plug into there, then plug into this one, then plug into that one to fill your tanks. I don't have to do that anymore. I also asked them to put on just a garden tap here. So now that runs up to the top here. Now if I had to swap those 2 fittings around, sorry, my dog is attacking my cameraman. If I just flip them around, that hose now becomes the opposite way. I can use that, I can feed from the tanks to wash the car or the windows or squirt the kids off or put the fire out, whatever I need to do. And then that there's just your standard mains water in with your pressure reducing valve on it. We've also optioned the grey water bypass, so the water doesn't have to go through the grey water tank, which is good for the dishwasher. In case you do get those big bits of food or whatever that you didn't get off or whatnot, they're not going to go and sit in the corner of a tank anywhere. Till he out the way, Dale. They're not going to go sit in the corner of the tank and stink up the tank. So that will just bypass it and then run on out. And then obviously, yeah, we've just put the cam lock style fitting on there. So the other thing we love about that, we now don't have to store a wet hose. You'll never get the water out of them. They're always full of water. So these are the new tail lights for the 2026, I think Taylor said, that they're going to start coming out with. But yeah, standard inclusion. So there's your lockable jerry can holder. All I've done is replace the mount with a piece of angle line for a can crusher. And we've optioned the larger windows. If you have a triple bunk, I don't think you can. I think they're only the small windows, as they'll start to foul on the mount here. But yeah, they're the large windows, which really help with the front window as well. So moving on to this side, as you would have seen on the other side, there's a tunnel boot that comes right through. We optioned not to have the hatch door here. If you did, this awning becomes significantly shorter, and the awning space was more valuable to us than being able to access this area, because as you would have seen in the last video, we've filled everything. There's not much in here apart from blankets. So you can either move this and have a shorter awning, or have the hatch, but then you have to remove this every time you want to get in the hatch, which is a bit annoying. For us, we're happy with the flip down underneath the bed to access what we need to in there. This van, we have optioned the stage 4 Maxtrack suspension airbag system. So it is self-leveling. So when you're driving along, it does self-level. If you're off-road, come a bit of a camber, it'll pull itself back flat again. And when you pull into camp, if it is a bit off, it'll actually be flat. It has got a manual override on it. It has got manual inflation if for some reason something happens, or you're out of power or whatever it may be. And there's also a air outlet for blowing them up or blowing up beach balls or whatever else you need to do, tyres and that comes with the airline, an Airbag man airline and stuff. But I find when it self-levels, it's self-leveled at your drive height, which is quite high. It's about another 4 or 5 inches higher than this, which makes the step even higher and harder to get into, especially if you've got kids or bung knees or whatever. So when I come along, if I come in and it's on a bit of an angle, it'll tell me, say there's 40 pound in one side, 50 in the other, and that knows it's level. I'll then dump it down, and I know there's a difference of 10 psi. I'll just make that difference of 10 psi, but at a lower psi, which means it's bagged down, but still level. Then the only thing I have to adjust is the jockey wheel, which you have to do anyway, because you have to get it off the car. You can probably see there's some light reflecting on my hand. Yes, we have optioned the steady party lights, which my wife absolutely hates. ROH Crawlers. Not many people option these wheels, which we don't understand why. Everyone seems to go for the ROH Assaults. We really like this. It's the same style wheel what I got on my Ranger. And yeah, so we're happy with that. 265 70/17s, that's a standard size wheel and tyre that comes on these. All-terrain tyre, I mean, we haven't had a trouble with it. We've done 2,000 k's so far, but they've done everything we need to do. Okay, 2 big massive tunnel boots. They go right through from side to side. Big aluminium sturdy doors. They actually come with proper latches, unlike those stupid twist ones. Proper compression latches on sturdy Australian-made aluminium doors, pressed, welded, rubber seals all the way around, dust-free. Cannot ask for anything more. Absolutely stoked. Entertainment bar, standard feature. Again, we've added a couple of USBs in here for extra charging for fairy lights, phones, UE boom radios, everything. But it does come standard with your for your TV mount is standard. As that layout sits, all standard with this style layout with the King East-West bed, all standard by Vibe. How good's that? Cannot complain. The only thing we've changed out here is you'll see that and that aren't level. Why aren't they level like they usually do? Because, moving the frame, if I can move this thing, they're level. Taylor laughed at me when I said that, but it made perfect sense once she's seen it. So, although to the eye it looks odd because they're not level when you're driving down the road, when you're set up at camp, they're level, which is better for me, and that's what I wanted. And that's why we love Vibe, because they'll do whatever you want. All right, sorry, another technical difficulty. Phone went flat there. So up in here, these are all your switches for your lights all around the van. That's what we love about Vibe, is they use quality products like Steady. All the lights around it are all Steady lights. I use Steady on my car. Every car I fit out, I use Steady because it's just a great Australian-owned product. So that controls all of them. The black one does your dust reduction system in the middle there, which is easy to get to on the side of a road. Sorry. So normally when you pull up on the side of the road, there's a heap of dust around. Rather than opening up your van and filling your van with dust, you can just come in here and turn that bad boy on. Canvas style pencil cases. These just fit perfectly down the side because you have about 100mm each side here. So I just like to utilise that area as much as I can for all your normal stuff. So that's just got my pegs in it for tie downs. I've got all my tie down gear, tie gear stuff in there. Again, so these lights, they do white and amber. Other side of the toolbox, again, standard inclusions. Another slide, you can option them without. I love the idea of having the slide. It makes it getting everything in and out easy. You could even add another shelf in here if you wanted to. I haven't really got anything I need to put in there. You know, chainsaw, every time I set up I'm using these, so that's why they're in an easy to get to spot. Again, utilising these spots down the side here just with some Anderson plug extensions and more bits and pieces there. But that's pretty much it. That's our van, inside and out, done. Big sturdy trailer chassis on it. It is galv dipped and Raptor coated. Say hello, Lana.
Hello.
That's everything. Big sturdy chains on it. Everything's done nicely. The wiring's all like, it's not in crappy conduit or split tube. It's all like nice rubberized film. Heat shrinked at the ends, cover caps, like everything's just quality on it, which you can't ask for anything more. We did option to have the 12-volt outlet added on the front as well, because I knew I had that. So again, you've got another power outlet. Here's daughter number 2. So yeah, that's it. There's nothing more we can say. We're super stoked about the whole van. We love it. Chloe. Say hello.
Hello.
So yeah, we're super pumped. Australian made, like they use as much Australian made products. They support business. They're just super reliable, super nice to deal with. No matter how much you think you're annoying them, you're not annoying them. They're there for you to help you with your investment. But yeah, so feel free, reach out on the Vibe page if you need anyone to look through your plans or you want to ask them about anything. Just they're there to help you. They've just opened another dealer in WA, which is great. If there's no dealer in your state, just get on the page, find somebody in your state, just like we did, and they'll open their van up. We've had people come look at this van already. We looked at other people's vans. It was just, we can't complain about their service and their customers. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll leave all our descriptions below about our added-on extras, what we did, so in case you want to know about that. So thank you guys.